and realize that with AI, this is both a moment of disruption, but also of massive opportunity. So I work every day with early stage companies using deep technology and science to try and build something significant. I've invested, it's a painful process, in about 180 companies. So I've learned by things that haven't worked out what works and what doesn't work. And, you know, my lessons are, it's not the ambition of the founders or the power of the story they're telling or the size of the market they're going after. What determines whether a small team has the capability of building something transformative often comes down to that inherent chip on the shoulder that's motivating them to do something that they're absolutely passionate about, even against reason, even if everybody is saying it's not going to work. You need resilience because you're going to get no most of the time. And you need to be solving a real problem with articulated client demand. So there's no point trying to build a new kind of aeroplane made out of umbrellas if, however smart you think it is, there's no clear demand. But if you're trying to build an aeroplane that uses a new kind of carbon neutral fuel, and there's a clear demand from the aviation industry to show it's decarbonizing, well, if you can build it, you know someone's going to come to pay for it. Sometimes when things go wrong, when there's a crisis, it can actually be the spur of a new beginning. So for my book, I wrote about a massive Indian textile company called Wellspun, which got into a lot of trouble because its organic Egyptian cotton turned out not to be, and the share price collapsed. Customers started cancelling contracts. Something had gone wrong in the supply chain, so what they claimed was organic Egyptian cotton was actually adulterated. And the company had only one hope to survive. It had to fess up, it had to be transparent, but it decided that the crisis was an opportunity to rethink the whole supply chain for cotton, from the field to the sheet, the towel. And so they started a new process. They invested quite heavily in becoming the most transparent supply chain cotton company in the world, with tracking and QR codes and scanning at every stage, from baling up the cotton to transforming it into the thread. Turned out that was transformative to the business opportunity. And other companies started saying, excuse me, we have the same problem. Can we pay to use your digital tracking service? If there hadn't been that crisis, decisions would have not been made quickly to do something radically different for the business, which turns out to be a big growth opportunity. One thing I think AI is going to do to all sorts of businesses is commodify them. It is going to be a bit like you plug into the electricity, you get the AI out. And so what's going to differentiate the really stellar success stories in business is not the tools they use, but the talent they attract and motivate. And I think the big opportunity here is in building cultures inside your team that make those teams the most attractive places for the best people to work. And what we've learned from the clinical, the academic research is it's not simply the amount of money you pay somebody that motivates them to do their best work. Daniel Pink wrote a great book called Drive on the science of motivation. And it's still true what he discovered. It's three things that talent wants: autonomy, the ability to work on a project their own way. Mastery, the sense that they're learning something bigger than today's job by the skills they're using. They're getting better at something. And purpose. What they're working on has a mission attached beyond the day-to-day business goals. And if you can find a way to deliver autonomy and mastery and purpose, and you can make your team culture emotionally engaging to attract the best people, then I think in a world where everybody's using the same AI tools, you could stand out. When I'm talking to a room, and it can be everything from real estate professionals, finance people, pharmaceutical, I talk in lots of places to lots of different audience. I am trying to get them to take a pause from their usual pressures, step back, realize this crazy accelerated pace of technology change and how it's going to impact both the way they've been doing things, but also the massive opportunity ahead. And innovation is not some mystical science. I define it very simply as leveraging emerging technology tools with fresh ideas to create future-facing business models. And what I want these audiences to do is start experimenting, start playing, start mixing up the sorts of people who talk to each other so they think in different ways in teams, and realize that with AI, this is both a moment of disruption, but also of massive opportunity. And you shouldn't define tomorrow's company simply by how things have been working quarter by quarter in the past.